Everyone, mabuhay. Today we're going to tackle the income inequality and poverty. Income inequality and poverty. Applied economics explores the interplay between income inequality and poverty. It investigates how changes in income distribution affect poverty rates and vice versa. Understanding the relationship between inequality and poverty is essential for formulating comprehensive and equitable poverty reduction strategies. So, in applied economics, so I explore ani niya ang kanaang interplay between sa income inequality and sa poverty. I-investigate sa niya how changes sa distribution nga maka-affect sa poverty rates and so on. And then, in applied economics, kanang help ni siya pag-understand sa relationship between sa inequality and poverty nga essential siya sa pag-formulate sa comprehensive and equitable poverty reduction strategies. So, income inequality. So, what is income inequality? Income inequality is the gap between rich and poor, is the differences in the distribution of economic assets or wealth, and income within or between populations or individuals. So, in other terms, it is the state of an economy in which which is the shares of total income earned by the rich and poor are highly unequal. So income, so in the word income, so about sa mga money, sa mga kita na to nga kana ang inequality means kanang kalahian. So kalahian sa mga kita sa poor, sa kanang mga kwartahan, then nasa din siya causes nganong nainana na siya. There are some of the factors that affect the income inequality, and it include the first is the education and skills. Differences in education and skills play a significant role in income inequality. Higher levels of education and specialized skills often lead to higher paying jobs, and access to quality education and training opportunities can create disparities in income. So, in education and skills, if ang tao is dako ang taas ang kuan niya sa pag-school, like college degree or and kanang dako kanang kuan siya og skills na opportunity nga kuan nga mas dako iyang kita kaysa sa uban nga like na uban nga kanang less ra ang privilege nga madawat. Next is the technological advancement. So, technological advancement have transformed the job market, leading to increased demand for skilled workers and automation of routine tasks. This has resulted in a growing wage gap between those with advanced skills and those without. So, in terms of technological advancement, like, man sila ang mga kanang tao nga murag mas dako ang wage sa kanang like IT, baka sila kanang mga call center na high wage ilang kay murag mas daghan silang mga hibaon ba in terms of technological. Then globalization has expanded trade and investment opportunities, but it has not contributed to income inequality. Industries that can compete globally often compete often offer higher wage, while those person that have a low wage country is it struggles to provide well paying jobs. So mas ang next is then labor market factors. Factors within the labor market such as supply and demand for certain skills, burgeoning power of workers, and the decline of unions can also contribute to income inequality. So wage stagnation and the erosion of the workers' benefits can widen the income gap. So, for example, is kanang mga benefits nga madawat sa mga tao, like kanang ang less ra ang kanang sweldo ba din and mga high, then katong when it comes to katulad yung benefits is katulad SS, EB, manana, usa po na sa makakuha sa income sa tao nga kanang di jud patas tanan.
Discrimination and bias. So, discrimination is based on factors such as gender, race, ethnicity, and age can contribute in income inequality. So, unequal opportunities and biases in hiring, promotion, and pay decisions can perpetuate wage gap. So, ang kaning discrimination and bias is makakos na siya income inequality. Because kanang tungod aning pag-discriminate na to sa laing tao is murag mas kanang maubos ang mga kanang income inequality sa uban nga kanang tao. Example ani is ang kanang mga sabadyaw. Like example, tungod sa ilahang ethnicity or sa ilang race is atuan na silang gidown na sila sa society. So, mao na nga kanang kasagaran nila is kanang wala sila makita nga work lagi kay i-down sila sa kanang ato mga society. And then other example ani is ang age. So example is kanang sa atoa is high ang standard sa Philippines, no. So unlike sa other countries nga bisan if kanang kuan na imong edad, dako na imong edad but still maka-work pa ka is pwede gihapon ka nila patrabahoon. And then sa atoa is dili kay lagi ang limit sa atoang age dire is kanang over ra kanang basta na limit na imong age is dili naka nila kanang pasudlon. And then tax and transfer policy. So the design of tax system and social welfare programs can either mitigate or exacerbate income inequality. So progressive tax systems and robust social safety security or nets can help redistribute income and reduce inequality. So while regressive tax policies can widen the gap. So ang kanipod sa kanang tax is tungod pud ani is murag mas nag-cause po ni siya income inequality kay tungod sa tax is murag mas mugamay og samot ang salary sa usa ka tawo or sa usa ka employee kay makuhaan pa aning tax. And then ma-redistribute ang iyahang income nga mostly dapat unta is sa mga needs ra na is makuhaan pa na ang ilang uban is like sa mga kanang professionals is dagkog kanang kuha ang mga tax sa ilahang sweldo. So nga mo na karon nga diri sa ato as society or diri sa atong country is daghan gyapon ang magkuwang og sweldo because sa kanang mga bayronon. And then wealth concentration. So income inequality is often intertwined with wealth concentration. Wealthier individuals have more resources to invest and accumulate wealth, leading to a cycle of wealth generation and income inequality. So it's important to note that these causes often interact with each other, creating complex dynamics. So addressing income inequality requires a multifaceted approach that tackles these underlying factors. So ang kaning wealth concentration is usap po ni siya ka factors or causes of income inequality. Tungod kay kanang ang wealthier individuals is na sila they have more resources or na sila mga money nga ilahang ma-invest and maka-accumulate of wealth. Like example, if kanang sa mga middle class ingana or sa mga dako og sweldo is kanang na sila more money nga pwede nila invest and which if ma-invest na nila nga money is mas modako ang ilahang kanang wealth generation because magka-profit man sila unlike sa mga poor people or sa mga naadri sa kanang sakto-sakto lang ang salary is kanang for the needs lang ang ilahang mga salary. And then poverty. So poverty refers to the state or condition in which people or communities lacks the financial resources and essential for a minimum standard of living. So, ang kaning poverty is mao ni siya ang nagmini siya nga the states or kanang ang usa ka society is murag daghan diri ang mga poor people. Nga example is mga the states of one who lacks a usual or socially acceptable amount of money or material possession. So, nag-exist na yung poverty when people or society naglack to means to satisfy their mga basic needs or dili nila ma-meet ang ilahang mga needs such as food, clothing, and kanang shelter. And then, the Philippines. So, poverty head count. So, this kanang graph, nag-show ni siya sa kanang percentage sa poverty sa Philippines from 1985 to 2015. So, diri, makita na to from 1985 is to 1994 is more dako nga percentage ang poverty sa Philippines. Unlike sa uban nga year, from 1997 to 2015 is makita na to dire nga gamay ang or ni gamay ang poverty percentage. And so, in December 2023, the poverty in the Philippines was deemed at 22.4%, which is still the target of 9% in 2028 set by the leading President Ferdinand R. Marcos. So the Federal World Bank has projected the poverty rate with a fall of 17.8% in 2021 to 13.7% in 2023 and 10.70% in 2024. So the official poverty methodology in the Philippines uses pre-tax income to measure the current poverty stats through household welfare. So ang karon sa ato ang present poverty stats is kuan siya 22.4%, which is kanang ang target ani sa atong president is 9% by 2028. And then gi-measure pud niya ang ato ang mga kuan poverty stats through mga household welfare through sa uses of pre-tax income.
Poverty is a complex issue with multiple causes. So here are some common root causes of poverty. So first thing here is the lack of good jobs. So limited job opportunities, low wages, and high unemployment rates contribute to poverty. So second is a lack of education. So limited access to quality education can hinder individuals from acquiring the skills and knowledge needed to escape poverty. So third is a lack of access to basic services. So limited access to healthcare, clean water, sanitation, and other essential services can keep people trapped in poverty. So the fourth is the poor governance and corruption. So weak governance, corruption, and lack of transparency in government institutions can hinder economic development and perpetuate poverty. So fifth is the health issues. So poor health conditions, lack of access to health care, and the burden of diseases can contribute to poverty.
Historical factors. Historical events, colonization, and exploitation can have lasting effects on a country's economy and contribute to poverty. So, historical factors contributing to poverty encompass a range of events and circumstances from the past that have influenced current economic conditions. This can include colonization, which often lead to exploitation and resource extraction. Then, inequality. Economic inequality, where a small portion of the population holds a significant amount of wealth, contribute to poverty. Then the last is social injustice. Discrimination based on factors like gender, race, ethnicity, and social class can perpetuate poverty by limiting opportunities for marginalized groups.
So here are some key measures that can contribute to poverty mitigation. First, income support programs. Implementing income support programs such as social welfare programs, conditional cash transfers, and unemployment benefits can provide financial assistance to individuals and families living in poverty. So, muna sila ang mga ni-provide for families living in poverty ang conditional cash transfers, social welfare programs, and unemployment benefits. So sila tong mga mitabang sa mga families nga living in poverty. Next, education and skill development. Investing in quality education and skill development programs can empower individuals with the knowledge and skills needed to secure better job opportunities and improve their economic prospects. For education and skill development, this is important for individuals for knowledge and skills. Importante ini siya to secure better job opportunities and to improve their economic prospects. Job creation and economic growth. Promoting entrepreneurship, supporting small businesses, and attracting investments can stimulate job creation and economic growth, providing more opportunities for people to lift themselves out of poverty. So, small businesses and attracting investments can stimulate job creation and economic growth. So, business is important for those people who lives in poverty situation because para na sila'y income nga mapaabot o para pod maiahon sila sa kahirapan. Access to basic services. Ensuring access to essential services such as healthcare, education, clean water, sanitation, and affordable housing is crucial in reducing poverty and improving overall well-being. So, kining access to basic service, importante kadyo ni siya sa mga naghihirap para ah, para kadtong mga tao nga naa sa kuan kalisod dako kadyo tabang kining ilang program nga education, clean water, sanitation, and affordable housing is kining affordable housing para mulo ang case sa poverty. Gender equality and empowerment. Promoting gender equality, empowering women, and addressing gender-based discrimination can contribute to poverty reduction by ensuring equal access to education, employment, and economic opportunities. So this gender equality and empowerment, this is the important for people who lives in poverty. Dapat kini sila di kay baji ra ana ang opportunity, di kay laki ra ana ang opportunity, dapat same sila pag-access sa education, sa pagtrabaho, para sa pagkataon sa ekonomiya dapat equals silang duha para ingan ang abutang mabawasan ang kahirapan. Social protection. Establishing social protection system, including healthcare coverage, pension schemes, and social insurance programs can safety net for vul- vulnerable population and protect them from falling into poverty. So, kining social protection sila ang mga nagmonitor sa mga nasa kalisdanan. Sila po ang nagkuan sa including healthcare coverage, pension schemes, and social insurance program. So, sila ang nagmonitor ana para safety ang ang tanan ba para ang kadtong ana sa nagkalisod dili pa sila mosamot pagkalisod.
Sustainable development means making sure we meet the needs of today without compromising the ability of the future generations to meet their own needs. It's about finding a balance between economic growth, social progress, and environmental protection so that we can live well now and the future without harming the planet. So next is governance and anti-corruption measures. Good governance means having fair and effective system in place to manage a country or organization. This includes things like transparent decision making, accountability, and respecting the rule of law. Anti-corruption means taking action to prevent the fight against corruption, which is when people abuse their power for personal gain. This can include things like bribery, embezzlement, and nepotism. So good governance and anti-corruption go hand in hand to ensure that leaders and institutions act honestly in the best interest of the people. So, last is international corruption and aid. International corruption occurs when corrupt practices cross borders, involving individuals, businesses, or governments from different countries. This can include bribery, embezzlement, or other dishonest action that undermine fair and transparent international transaction and relationship. Aid, on the other hand, refers to assistance provided by one country or organization to another, often in the form of money, resources, or expertise to support development, humanitarian effort, or other needs. However, international corruption can sometimes undermine aid efforts by diverting funds intended for development projects or humanitarian aid into hand of corrupt individuals of government. So, in simple terms, international corruption can hinder the effectiveness of aid by diverting the resources away from those who need them, impacting the intended beneficiaries and undermining efforts to promote development and alleviate poverty globally. So, both inequality and poverty have significant implications for economies. High levels of inequality can lead to social unrest and can limit economic growth by reducing aggregate demand. Poverty can lead to a lack of investment in education of health, which can also limit economic growth. So, income inequality, this means that some people earn a lot of money while others don't earn as much, and the gap between them is big. Imagine if you and your friend both did the same job, but your friend got paid much more than you just because they were luckier or knew someone. That's income inequality. So, poverty is when people don't have enough money to meet their basic needs like food, shelter, and clothing. It is like someone can't afford to buy enough food to eat in every day, or if they don't have a safe place to live. Poverty often goes hand in hand with income inequality because those who earn less are most likely to struggle to make ends meet.